Oh, yeah. Oh. Are you going to
Give him your camera.
Yes. Oh, here.
Okay. Anybody else?
Oh, yeah. Oh. Are you going to
Give him your camera.
Yes. Oh, here.
Okay. At low tide, the waves, instead of breaking here, they break 600 yards further away. You can see it's a flat beach with golden sand. It's very, very flat. And the poor boys had to walk on that beach without any shelter. And the Germans were digging on top of those hills on the left side, and they were manning the deadly MG-42 machine gun, and that machine gun could fire up to 1,200 rounds per minute. And therefore the boys on the beach were like sitting ducks, you see, and explained why they were slaughtered. So it's a huge beach, it's a big crescent, because I must remind you that you managed to put ashore here up to 34,000 troops, just on D-Day, which is amazing. But sadly, the losses are said to be up to 2,800. Therefore, what is very sad is on that beach, on D-Day the evening, you had 2,800 young American soldiers lying on the beach dead, you see. And they had to be taken away quickly and buried harshly, because it had been too bad for the morale of the men getting me the next day to see all these dead young men. So they were, because they had special teams, and their job was to deal, they were on the battlefield, and their job was to take the dead soldiers away, you see, and to bury them quickly. And they were buried in what they called at the time a temporary cemetery. We're going to have a stop up there because I want to show you where all the German bunkers still there. They came at 6:30 in the morning, you see, and most of them were trying to reach this sea wall. It's a very same sea wall. I will show you a photo dating back to the time of the battle. Now here you can see plenty of bunkers. German bunker still there, and there's a bunker, you still have a gun into it. You still have a German gun into that one, so we're going to stop there. I will tell the chauffeur how to do it. Now here, it goes to the right here, you go straight on the pavement. You park here, on the side.
Yeah.
Just here.
Jacques.
You stop here.
Jacques,
Oui.
tu leur dis si elles prennent les sacs pour acheter des souvenirs.
Non, pas ici, il n'y a
Non,
pas de
voilà, mais
souvenirs.
tu leur dis
Non,
s'il te plaît.
pas ici.
Dis au
Tu peux leur
micro.
dire, il n'y a pas de souvenirs là.
So in here you don't have to carry bags and have things
You have
again. We
souvenirs
don't
in-
have souvenirs
It's
here.
Saint-Michel.
So we are going to buy better things and beautiful things at Saint-Michel.
A quick stop
Okay, so
for
here-
you, you see.
Oh.
And that bunker was supposed to prevent the use of this exit road. You see the big bunker which was dug in by the German, top left.
Oh yes.
On your right you have 5 elements of the floating road, because here, opposite Omaha, the US Navy erected the famous Archer Harbor, codenamed Mulberry E. A stood for American. They were floating pontoons out to sea, and they were connected to the beach by these metallic elements resting on floating pontoons, and they were the roads around all the vehicles to roll ashore. That's how you brought all your tanks, your 2.5-ton trucks, your jeeps, your half trucks, all that. And on your left, and you have the ship grazing, you have a lovely manor house, and that very manor house on D-Day, it was turned into a field hospital for all your wounded soldiers. They were lying on the ground floor of in the salon, the dining room, trying to recover from their wounds. And luckily, your boys were young, in a good shape, and they were looking away because at the time, you had penicillin had been invented, so they had the penicillin. Oh. Because you know that in World War I, many soldiers died of gangrene, and gangrene was stopped by the penicillin, and therefore it allowed many boys to survive. Even though they were wounded, they would make it. I met many veterans who came back to tour the beaches, and many of them happened to get wounded, but they survived because they had plenty of army medics, and they had all the medicine, and particularly the penicillin, because they didn't have it in World War I, which means it implied too many losses among the forces. So on the right, a quarter of a mile to the right, you have cliffs falling into the sea, and there was no landing at all because it was impossible to beach heavy vehicles using cliffs. And we are heading to Wendyhock, which is 4 miles away, and it's a very famous location because this is where your rangers scale the cliffs to get to the guns. And that action, of course, was
beautiful Normandy countryside. Voici, voilà notre route blanche devant nous. Et voilà aussi et Julie. Julie, bonjour. Bonjour. I met Julie in Eastern Turkey, in Ani, in near.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, our last interview was
in Ani,
in Eastern Turkey, and now in Normandy. And what are you doing here? Never mind.
You can still see bunkers in Galveston, Texas.
Oh, something.
Because they thought there was going to be an invasion, so the U.S. military put bunkers in.
Invasion? But I mean,
during World War II. Yeah, all along the East Coast.
Voilà la mer devant nous. Et voilà ici Valérie. Notre guide est ici.
from here. You see the concrete making a big circle. Other times it was a good emplacement, like this. Look at that picture.
Oh, yeah.
You see the concrete making a big circle, and in the center, standing on the turntable, was such a gun. And of course, the gun could rotate all the way around, and the target of this gun were not the beaches. It was the ships out to sea. They were aiming at the ships, you see. So you can recognize the
These holes are from the bombs dropped by the American troops.
And I'm thinking that like one of them was further away. You know, I didn't know which was which, but I was thinking one of them was, you know. Yeah. Like here.
We're walking upstairs, on marche dans les escaliers avec les jeunes. Oh,
How far away that actually was.
So from here, whenever you see a circle of concrete,
Attends 2 minutes, Jack.
Okay.
Qu'ils perdent pas.
yeah. J'attends. I wait.
C'est mieux. Comme ça, ils
From here, whenever you see a circle of concrete, it was supposed to be a gun in place. So you usually understand there was a gun there, there was supposed to be a gun there, a second one there, and a third one there, but they had been replaced by a wooden pole. They were fake guns. So a line of 3 guns on that side. On the other side, you are supposed to have one gun that's this circle here, the second one where we stopped, and the third one for the hub. So you had 2 lines of 3 guns. And the guns were in a V shape. As you can see on this document, you can see the gun in this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, a V shape. Now let's come up here. And of course, it was a gun emplacement by a 4-line called Tolt with gunners. On top of that bunker, now then you can see people are standing on the railing, which is great. At the time there was no railing, it was 3 feet deep, and there the German had erected, they had put a rangefinder. The rangefinder is a long tube like this, and when there would be a ship out to sea, you would look here and you would see 2 images of the same ship. Then you would rotate that button, you see, and make the 2 images coincide, and when they did coincide, here you could read the range of the target. So with that, you could find the range of the ship out to sea, and then you would call these gunners, and they would give them the coordinates for them to fire with more accuracy. Now, when Reagan came, he stood by the monument there. You see, you have a monument pointing into the sky, and I will show the picture of Reagan when he was there with this is the same monument. There Reagan, and I also did the 17 Rangers veterans, and the lady with the red coat happened to be the widow of Colonel Rudder, because sadly for him, by that time, he has passed away. Of course, they knew her very well, and they asked her to join them, which she did. And when Reagan was here, he delivered the famous speech he made for the 40th anniversary of the day at Brandy Hawk in Normandy. It's a very, very well-known speech. You can easily find it on the internet. I have the whole of it in my... You see it? Okay. This is the picture of Reagan, the monument, and here are my 17 veterans. And you can see they have white hair, because when they scaled, they were in their 20s. 40 years later, most of them were 60s, above 60. I had his ship in his speech in my file. I wanted the whole of it, just a short extract, because facing those veterans, he just told them, behind me the memorial that symbolized the Rangers' daggers that were thrust into the top of these cliffs, and before me the men put them there. These are the boys of Brandy Hawk. These are the men who do the cliffs. They are champions who help free a continent. These are the heroes who helped end the war. It's a great speech. He never wrote it himself, but he was a great actor. He could read it nicely. In those days, all these speeches were written by a very famous lady, which still not alive, by the way. She had very good way of writing speeches. She is named, I forgot her name, I forgot her name, but she's very well known. She went on Chronicle in the
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Start the rain
This-
of David, because I had many Jewish families and the Jew is not supposed to be buried in an army cemetery.
Obviously,